This is just going to be a few examples leading on from the previous video on how to create box plots from data. So let's just say you're given a question that says a class out of 9 students um, conduct a test, and these are their scores. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 students' performance test scores, and you want to find and you want to create a box plot out of this specific data. So just following from the previous video, we need to understand that there are 5 figures, or the 5 figure summary is the most essential part in creating this box plot. So let's just quickly recap. So the 5 figure summary. So the things that we need for this are the minimum. We need the first quartile. So Q1. We need the median. We need the third quartile, and we need the maximum. Okay, so how do we get all these numbers? So the first step is, when you're conducting this 5 figure summary, the first step is to always rearrange your data into ascending order. So let's do that just now. So we've got the numbers 12, we've got 15, 15, then we've got 20, then we've got 25, then we've got 21, then 25, so 21, then 25, then we've got 32, then we've got 34, then we've got 36. Okay, so that's 9 numbers right there. So after you've arranged it into ascending order, what you can do is you can then find what the median is by finding the middle number, or by using the formula that median is equal to the number of numbers plus 1 divided by 2. So in this case, how many number sets do we have? We've got 9, so we get 9 plus 1 over 2, which is the same as saying 10 over 2, which is the same as saying we want the 5th number, because 10 divided by 2 is 5, so we want the 5th number. So let's choose the 5th number from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so in this case, our median, our 5 figure summary, is 21. Let's figure out the other bits. So the maximum is going to be 36, and the minimum will be 12. Okay, we just need to find what the quartile 1 and the quartile 3 is. So going on from the previous video, okay, we can imagine the quartiles as dividing from here up to the top, and then I'll just change color. Maybe I'll change to purple for this one, and from this one we've got a second section where we do this. So the purple relates to the lower quartiles, and the green relates to the upper quartiles. So how do we find out the lower quartile first? Well, if we want to find out the lower quartile, you pretty much do the same thing again. You just find the median of the lower bits. So we could do the n plus 1 thing, or we can just look at the formula, or we could just look at the data sets right here. So we've got 5 numbers, so we want to find the middle. So 12, 15, 15, 20, 21. So there's 5 numbers, so this number right here will be the lowest quartile, or the lower quartile number. So 15. Same thing with the top half. You just need to find the median of the top section. So the median of the top section will be the middle number, so 21, 25, 32, 34, 36. So in this case, this will be the median because there's 2 on this side, 2 on this side. So 32 will be the upper quartile. So now that we have a 5 figure summary, what we can do is we can construct a box plot. So I'm just going to quickly draw this up here. So use an appropriate scale. I'm going to go up maybe by 5s. So this will be 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and one more, 40. Okay, from here All we need to do is just label down the 5 parts that we need to uh, use to construct the box plot. So 12 will be roughly around there. 15 will be here, and I'll put a dot there because that symbolizes the start of the quartile ranges. 21 will be roughly around here. Put that there. 32 will be up here. And 36 will be up here. Now what we do is we just need to connect all the dots in such a way that it creates a box plot. So you can see that should be going straight down. And there we go. We've fully labeled our box plot, and we haven't fully labeled our box plot, but from here we have the main bits that we have got. So it's probably useful to label this as the minimum, this as the Q1, this as the median, this as Q3, and this as the maximum. Okay, so this is just an example if we have an odd number of data sets, so 9 data sets right here. Let's look at an example now at our heights of primary school students when we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 students. Okay, so the previous example we had 9 students, now we've got 8. Now we're asked to construct a box plot from this. Same thing, to construct we need the 5-figure summary. So what is the 5-figure summary again? Min, Q1, median, Q3, and the maximum. So first step is to rearrange the data into ascending order. So we get 135, 137, then we get 140, then 142, then 144, then 149, 154, and 159. Okay, so that's our first step done. Now the next step we need to do is identify the easy parts, or the easy parts to the 5-number summary. So let's work out first what is the maximum. Well, the maximum is 159 and the minimum is 135. Now with the previous example we could calculate the median just by looking at it and doing n plus 1 divided by 2. So let's do that again. So median is equal to the number of numbers plus 1 divided by 2. And how many numbers do we have in this case? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got 8 plus 1 divided by 2. And so what we get is 9 divided by 2. But in this case, it turns out to be a decimal, so 4.5. So we want the 4.5th number. How do we get the 4.5 number? Well, in this case, this is the 4th number, and this number here is the 5th number. So to get the 4.5 number, we need to find what is in between 142 and 144. Usually you don't have nice numbers that look like this, but we know the number will be 143. But just so in case you get other numbers, what you need to do is you need to add them together. So 142 plus 144 and then divide it by 2. So what you'll get is 286 divided by 2, which is 143. So for this case, the median will be 143. Okay. Same thing with the lower quartile. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly divide it up like we were doing with the previous example. We need to divide it into a top section and a bottom section. So I'm just going to do that just really quickly. So I'm going to use purple again for the bottom section. Okay. So From here, we just need to find the median on the bottom section first. So for Q1, we can't just determine it by looking at it because there's an even number of numbers here. So we want this number right here that lies right there. But we can't get that number just yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to say 137 plus 140 divided by 2. And what we get here is 277 divided by 2. And this number should be 138.5. So your Q1 in this case is 138.5. Alright, now let's do the next one. So let's find what Q3 is. So to find what Q3 is, we need to find the middle of this box set. So to find the middle of this box set, we can't just say the middle here, we need to actually calculate this value that lies right there, because there's 4 numbers. So Q3 is equal to 149 plus 154 divided by 2. And so 149 plus 154, that's 194, 200 no, sorry, that's 303. So 303, divide that by 2. Then 303 divided by 2 is 151.5. So Q3 in this case will be 151.5. So now we've got our 5-figure summary. What we can do is we can then construct a box plot from this. So I'm just going to quickly jot down this. So we've got 135, 138.5, 143, 151.5, and 159. So this is our min, this is our max, this is our median, this is Q1 and Q3. So let's construct a box plot. So scale, sorry, that's a bit, so a scale. So let's go from 130, let's go up by 5s. 140, 145, 150, 155, 160, and up to 165. So now that we have a 5-figure summary, what we need to do is just plot the first point at 135, the next one at 138.5, so 138.5 will be roughly there. Okay, 143 will be right here, and the next one is 151.5. That goes roughly there. Oh, this point keeps disappearing. Now this point disappears. Okay, next one is 159, goes here, that goes as an X. Now, let's connect the points. And what we have is a box plot. So this will be the minimum, this will be the Q1, this will be the median, this will be Q3, and this will be the max. So in essence, when we want to sketch up a box plot, what we need to do first is we need the data in order. So we need the data in ascending order. And after you have the data in ascending order, what you do is you first find the maximum, then the minimum, then from there you find the median. If you have an even number of numbers, you need to find the average between the two middle numbers, okay, by adding them and dividing by 2. If you have an odd number of numbers, you just need to find the middle. Okay. Then from there, you break the two sections up into a top and a bottom. find the medians of those two boxes respectively. Then after you have your 5 number summary, plot them up on a graph.